Margot Kidder was an imperfect woman who played an imperfect human being. She was a person who pushed beyond her flaws and limitations, not because it was easy, but because it was hard. Her Lois Lane is Superman's role model, and I think Margot communicated that well in the films. Margot's Lois Lane represents what makes us unique, fragile, fallen, and triumphant, and even funny. She was perfect casting. Like the hero he was directing, Richard Donner admired her for her all-too-human clumsiness and poor eyesight. Margot Kidder was the human being Superman wanted to be. She was us. That is how she made us believe a man could fly. Yet Margot has never been given the same props that Linda Carter or Julie Newmar have for their portrayals of their respective comic book characters. Her Lois is often mocked and lampooned, and the other Lois Lane actresses after her are not. And I want to ask why, and I want to answer why. I argue 3 reasons why Margot Kidder's Lois has been mocked and even ridiculed, and the first one, shallowness. You see, first and foremost, you must understand Lois Lane is essentially the avatar for Nellie Bly. And Nellie Bly was a crusading muckraker in the 19th century who went undercover in a mental asylum. Really, she did. She went undercover in a mental asylum to expose cruelty. The first couple actresses who played Lois could be imagined as living up to that comparison, but the Lois Lanes after Margot Kidder, not so much. After Margot, we got Terry Hatcher, and I remember when she was cast. I remember people, even women, saying it was an improvement because she was hot. Next, we had Erica Durance. Her Lois was somehow so wily as to be able to afford a $40,000 car and a barista's wage. That's what I got out of it. Then came Kate Bosworth. Her Lois is based on the assumption that the character has to be unlikable. And if you want actual proof of that, look at the movie. 2 words. Macrobiotic shakes. Anyone who drinks those, you just want to punch in the face. Amy Adams, she's okay. She gives the character her dignity back, and I'm very thankful for Amy Adams for that. The second reason why I think Margot's Lois Lane is so mocked is due to what passes for a female news reporter today. Today's reporter is a woman who is increasingly unable to exhibit actual intelligence. You think they even know who Nellie Bly is? This is what passes for a newswoman nowadays. A vainglorious celebrity who cackles like a drunk, who carefully watches her monitor to see how suggestively she can cross and uncross her legs before the FCC has a conniption fit. I find that disrespectful and insulting to the profession. The third reason why I think Margot Kidder has been mocked and ridiculed is SJW academia. The character itself is often put down as just a damsel in distress with no mention of her occupation or her backstory. However, I do notice Harley Quinn has been embraced on a misguided notion of sexual and behavioral liberation. She's an abused girlfriend who likes it. She should not be celebrated as a feminist icon, people. Margot, you were Lois. You were us. You were imperfect, but you did perfect work. You were the perfect Lois Lane. And Margot Kidder, you were and always will be a real geek goddess.